Thank you very much. As Munasir told, it's time to move towards technical session. The technical session includes speeches, projects, and presentations from our delegates. There will be several sessions based on health, education, environment, youth, and politics. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, there would be a session regarding social injustice, startup, and entrepreneurship, and also agriculture. So for that, I take you to Intiza Karim. Over to you, Intiza.
Thank you so much, Sekan Shekhar. So I think this is the one of the most awaited moment after the inauguration. During the inauguration, we all want to listen to what the dignitaries are going to tell us, what they have learned from Dr. Kalam, and what can we learn from what they learned. So what is the purpose of a youth conference if you don't have an opportunity for youth? So this is why we have the technical sessions. So during the registration, we have asked the applicants we gave them the opportunity to apply as a speaker if they wish to speak during this platform. So once they apply as a speaker, they were asked to send their a presentation or a brief description of what they want to speak and so on. With the considering the time, we have given the opportunity to few chosen people who we thought have come up with a good concept, with a good idea. So today we are going to have two leadership, and the other one is going to be on youth and leadership. Because we have a large audience at this moment, first of all, I would like to check if we have the moderator for the first technical session, Vivekanand Prasad. Are you here? Vivekanand Prasad.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Yes. Hi, Intiza.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay, thank you so much. So to make the hi, good. Thanks for being with us. So to make the process easier, I thought of checking about the speakers as well. I will read out the names in the order. So if you are here, please speak up or mark your present so that we know that you are on the platform. Nikhil Kumar Rai. Nikhil Kumar Rai. Are you here? Nikhil Kumar?
Yeah, I am here.
Okay. Next one is Mayank Mani Prasad. And I'm sorry if my... next is Professor Abhilash Jha.
Hi, Intiza. I'm here.
We have Professor Abhilash Jha. Okay, thank you. Next is Rajan Kumar. Do we have Rajan Kumar? Okay, I see him here. Right. So to start up with the first technical session, which is going to be about startup and entrepreneurship. First of all, let me introduce the moderator, Vivekanand Prasad. He is an enthusiastic person in robotics and currently serves as the CEO of Tech Pro Labs. Having an experience for over 8 years, Vivekanand is very passionate in providing opportunities and knowledge for the youth to educate themselves or to gain education for themselves on robotics. He has also mastered his skills in programming, hardware, and a number of electronic devices such as robots, drones, and IoT devices. He has been awarded with the Young Innovations Award. Also, he has been recognized as the best performing startup and also the most exemplary mentor of change. So, without further ado, I would like to invite Vivekanand Prasad to conduct your technical session. Over to you, Vivekanand Prasad.
Thank you, Intiza. Thank you. That was such a nice introduction, like that I'd love to hear about me. It's really great platform. First of all, very good afternoon to all of you. Intiza already told you a lot about me. So far, I even knew about myself. So, Mr. Pondras, I was very much impressed with what Dr. Ponraj spoke and talked about how society should go ahead and what we should be inculcating in our students. So this is a great platform where students and the learners and all other delegates can get and know about. I would also be I have my partner coordinator, Mr. Moderator, Mr. Bipul Saran. Are you here?
Yes, Vivek, I'm here.
Yeah, hi Vipul. So Vipul and me, we have started our organization together kind of, and we are working together for last 5 years. We have seen ups and downs. We have seen penniless pockets and a lot of heartbreaks, lot of failures, and we have seen all that together. We have traveled together a lot, different locations. So welcome Vipul.
Thank you,
So
Vivek.
with this, let us take this ahead without wasting our time. And I'll be introducing Mr. Abhilash Jha. He's an MBA and engineering, gold medalist with 96%. He's a graduate with research-oriented mindset. Our second speaker for the day is Mr. Rajan Kumar. He operates Super 50 Polytechnic Institute at Nonara, Ghorastan. His aim is to educate the poor student where they don't get chance to get good quality of education in remotest area. Our third speaker for the session is Mr. Mayank Mani Prasad. He is co-founder of CrackG and Meet, an online learning platform. He's also a member at MSME Startups Forum and youngest board member in CFI. And our fourth and final speaker for this session is Mr. Nikhil Roy. Nikhil Roy is an enthusiastic and determined individual who wants to dedicate his life into education. So his whole life is somewhat dedicated towards providing great kind of education to other people or young minds. So this is something like education. Whoever is providing education, I just love the people. So with this, let us start the session, and I'd love to invite our first speaker for the day, Mr. Nikhil Roy. Yeah, Mr. Nikhil, stage is all yours.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Vivekanand, for your introduction and your kind words. And thanks to Mr.
Also, sorry. Just one request. Somebody had some TV or radio turned on in the background. If you can mute yourself, that will be better. One of us is having TV or radio on. Yeah, better. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Nikhil. Sorry for the little interruption.
No issue, Vivekanand. It's a technical error. So, and thank you, Mr. Vipul, for this platform. First, a very good afternoon to all of you, all the delegates, resource person, the research person who have given their speech, and all the delegates who have provided their time, especially on this Monday, which we call Sawan Somari. I would like to thank Mr. Munna ji, whose brain is behind this organization, Khwab Foundation, and this program, Kalam Youth Leadership Conference. So first of all, like someone says that they have provided freedom to select the career, select the topic. And first of all, the title selected by me, Skills, Employment and Career. It is itself a very important career, very important topic for everyone, especially in this current scenario. One is due to COVID, and second, we can say there are many points. So let's start. For what I have here, I have make a small presentation. Can I share that? If you make me Is this visible? Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Nikhil. Yes,
Okay.
you're
Thanks
visible. Like
for
your
your
screen is visible. Yeah.
Okay. When we start our career, everyone in this field, we will make a career in that field. We want to see ourselves on that position. For that, we do many things. We do a lot of course, work. But after when we start our career, are these things going in the right way? I don't see. Because if I see some facts, it is saying something different. Like, according to a survey, 47% of graduates are not employable in any sector. It is a report published by Aspiring Mind Employability Report. 84% of graduates lack right of cognitive ability. It is also a report published by Aspiring Mind Employability Report. 97% of the students in India do not think about their career before going for a program. They do that things randomly. Whereas 92% students, when asked about their career and career choice, they have this will see kind ability कि देखते हैं क्या होता है. 93% of Indian students are aware of just 7 career options. Just 7 career options. What is law, engineering, medicine, account and finance, design, computer application, and IT management. It is report published by India Today in 2019. But in today, there are more than 2,000 career options. But our Indian students are aware of only 7 career options. Whereas 90% of the people have made wrong career choice. It is a report published by Forbes. What do you mean by wrong career choice? Career choice is not right, not wrong. It is suitable, but they have published wrong career choice. Whereas 3 out of 5 employers are unhappy with their jobs. They are unhappy. They are employed, but they are unhappy with the job. कि हम कहां से कहां आ गए. Whereas 85% of jobs that will exist in 2030 haven't been invented yet. It is a report published by Dell कि 2020 में 85% of jobs होंगे. They have not been invented yet. If we see a current state of job, currently for 6 out of 10 occupations, more than 30% of activities are technical automated. And let me tell you, it is a report published before COVID. After COVID, this position have changed. By the end of 2020, 5 million jobs will have lost due to AI, ML, robotics, and other social economic factors. Whereas more than 2.1 million jobs will be created as part of this changing workforce and some other factors. This shift from around the world is moving from an industrial economy to a knowledge economy, whereas training for one job help you acquire skill for 30 other jobs. Why? Because it will develop a portfolio of technical. Chief executive of the foundation for young Australians said that having one job for life is no longer the case. अब वो टाइम खत्म कि हम एक लाइफ में एक कैरियर को लेके चल सकते हैं. So what does its figure tell? They are doing hard work, but still the number is showing something different. Why? Are they not talented? क्या उनके में टैलेंट नहीं है? I don't believe. I believe कि भगवान ने सबको कुछ ना कुछ टैलेंट तो दिया है. What is their inborn talent? They don't know. आप में टैलेंट क्या है हमें नहीं मालूम, बट कुछ तो टैलेंट है. If you go for in any company, what some general skills in their employee, like it may be organization skills, teamwork, willingness to learn, stress tolerance, independency skills, self-awareness, digital skills. It can be digital emotional intelligence and digital literacy. These skills every corporate want to see in their employee. Have you these skills? Please see. क्या आपके पास ये skill है? Because this is a common skills. Nowadays, there are some skills which is needed for the workforce, for current time and for future also. The top 7 skills which is needed for the workforce, that is critical thinking and problem solving. Are you a critical thinker or problem solver? क्या आप में ये skill है? Please check. If you don't have, improve that skills. They want collaboration across network and leading by influence. Then agility and adaptability. आप में किसी भी चीज को adopt करने का skill होना चाहिए. Then initiative and entrepreneurialism. Everyone want effective oral and written communication. Effective communication. It can be oral, written, or whatever. Accessing, analyzing information, and one is curiosity and imagination. आप में curiosity होनी चाहिए. Have you this skills? क्या आप में ये skills है? Have you employability skills? क्या आप में employability skills है? Then a question stand. What is employability skills? My friends, your education and experience may make you eligible to apply for a job, but to be successful in most roles, you will need skills that will likely to develop over time. Some will be specific to the job, but the skills, and that can be used in any job or employment sector. And these soft skills are what makes you employable. Someone says employability skills are the building block of life. It is a transferable skills which is needed by a student to make them employ. It is what's needed to have a successful career, to be a continuous learner and be an active and informed citizen. The joint of technical understanding plus subject knowledge plus soft skills make you a good employee. It is also known as power skills or durable skills. It is about making a student, youth, future ready. So please check. These skills help you maintain healthy relationship. Someone says soft skills get little respect. So take and please note what is soft skill and its importance. Soft skills are important in maintaining healthy personal and professional relationships. It is a combination of hard skills and soft skills which lead you to your career growth. A soft skills can be acquired by learning, practicing, and observing. A combination of hard skills and soft skills will make your career growth. In the starting, I have shown you some facts. What does this fact show? And what in this facts, a very important topic which tell this figure, that is lack of career guidance. What do you mean by career guidance? And what is guidance? When this word guidance came, a famous school was, I always think like true guidance is like a small torch in a dark forest. It doesn't show you everything once, but gives enough light for the next step to be safe. And it is a famous quote given by Swami Vivekanand कि ट्रू गाइडेंस एक स्मॉल टॉर्च की तरह होता है इस डार्क फॉरेस्ट में. इट डजंट शो यू एवरीथिंग वंस, but it will give you enough light for the next step. According to a survey, India is a very big country and a youth country. In India, 1 out of 50,000 students receive career guidance. Only 1 out of 50,000. Whereas 50% MBBS students, they want to opt out. क्योंकि जाने के बाद they think कि अभी हम ये कहाँ आ गए हैं, बट मजबूरी है. According to a report, 2,400 students dropped out of IITs. Drop admission, वो लोग क्या समझते हैं आप अच्छे समझते हैं, बट 2,400 students dropped out और वो अपनी मर्जी से.
Hello, Nikhil ji. Hello, Nikhil ji. Am I audible?
देखकर बात करना चाहिए.
Hello.
हाँ विपुल जी. Yes.
I think Nikhil's time is going up, so please conclude as soon as possible, Nikhil.
Yeah, Mr. Nikhil, I'll make a request if all the speakers can go ahead with the provided time slot, like that will help us in commencing the program in a proper manner. So no, if you can stick to your time provided, just a request. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Nikhil.
Yes, please go ahead now.
You are mute, Mr. Nikhil. You are mute. You are on mute. Unmute yourself. Yeah.
Why it is happening? Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
You're audible. Yeah, very much audible.
We search for a doctor. We go for a doctor. When it came for an automobile issue, we go for a mechanic. And when it came for a wealth management, we go toward financial advisor. But when it came for a career guidance, we go towards our subject teacher, father, brother, uncle, auntie, mother, neighbor. Who are they? They can be a doctor in the family, CA in the family, engineer in the family, teacher in the family. They are experts of their field. For that, we can move toward career counselor. When we go to buy a shoes, there are many factors which we consider, like but we need facts which we consider. Yeah, we have some facts like our skills, our interests, our values, motivation, your personality, your communication skills, and many things which we can consider before choosing our career. My friends, I want to tell something for parents. Like life is like a mathematics to work out our life. You need formula that suits your uniqueness. The same is true for a career. A well-planned career is instrumented in a happy and satisfied life. Parents having gone through this process can help their children from making mistakes in selecting a career. So parents need to be a facilitator and not influence their career. The parents of today is more than just an authority figure. So please, when going to select a career, choose based on this fact. On this thing, I want to stop my speech due to this time issue. And thank you, Vivekanand ji and Vipul ji, for your time. Hello.
Thank you, Nikhil ji. That was very insightful session, and I hope all the delegates must have something to take away from this session. With this, I invite Mr. Mayank Mani Prasad for his talk. It will be based on startup and how startups can be benefited with MSME and MSME startups, because Mr. Mani is very much connected with MSME. So and with this, I'll make one request to please be stick with the time, so that we have other people, those we are talking about, and we need there is a serious time constraint that we have, and we have to follow that. So that's just a request. Yeah, Mr. Mani, over to you.
Thank you for your kind words, Vivekanand. So let me share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, you are visible.
Yes.
Yeah. So a very good afternoon to Honorable Ponraj sir, Arun Tiwari sir, dignitaries and esteemed guests who are present over here. So today it is the moment of immense pleasure that I am going to speak on a topic, startup and entrepreneurship in front of you, which is the most important skill of the 21st century. So let us begin this with a very short intro of mine. So why I'm here to discuss these things with you all. So I'm basically a member at MSME Startups Forums, founder at online learning platform where we are dealing with JEE and NEET aspirants, youngest board member in Coaching Federation of India, a startup enthusiast. I have reviewed and advised 50 plus startups in India, currently working and MSME Forum. Like I love to empower the people to be their best. Like उन्हें जहाँ जाना होता है, उन्हें जो अपनी achievement skills, उन्हें जो उनके journeys को analyze करने में, उन्हें अपनी जो dreams को complete करने में, उन्हें help करना is the main motto of ourselves. Like MSME wants to this kind of thing. Like talent सबके पास होता है, लोगों के पास ideas भी होते हैं, लेकिन उन्हें execute करने की चीजें और थोड़ी सी अवेयरनेस हमें जो देनी रहती है गवर्नमेंट साइड ऑफ स्कीम्स के लिए, जो गवर्नमेंट उनके लिए क्या करती है, एंड इफ गवर्नमेंट नॉट डज देन हु इज गोइंग टू सपोर्ट देम. सो इस काइंड ऑफ थिंग के लिए हम वहाँ पे उनके साथ खड़े होते हैं, उनके लिए एनालाइज करते हैं, हमारी पूरी MSME फोरम की टीम. लाइक उसके साथ ही स्टार्ट करते हुए सबसे बेसिक डेफिनेशन अगर हम देखें कि व्हाट इज स्टार्टअप. So a startup is a venture or company that is started in order to provide certain problems that have never been answered before or to give in a better solution to the one. Like आप अगर स्टार्टअप की बेसिक डेफिनेशन को अगर आप समझें तो उसमें मैं आपको एक छोटी सी स्टोरी के साथ इसे मैं समझाना चाहता हूँ. लाइक ये जो आजकल के अगर आप यूथ को देखें, जो मोस्ट ऑफ द केस में यूथ रहते हैं हमारे पास 80 to 85% अगर आप कह दें, तो वो जॉब्स के पीछे, चाहे वो प्राइवेट हो या फिर गवर्नमेंट हो, उसके पीछे वो जाते हैं और दे आर रनिंग बिहाइंड दैट थिंग. तो अगर आप बेसिकली पूछे इस काइंड ऑफ थिंग तो वो बोलेंगे कि इस फील्ड में हमारे पास डिसेंट सैलरी होती है, जॉब सिक्योरिटी होती है, बट ये तो उनके पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट्स हैं. बट इसके पीछे आपके लिए बहुत सारे ऐसे निगेटिव इम्पैक्ट्स हैं जो वो नहीं देख पाते एक डिसेंट सैलरी और जॉब सिक्योरिटी को लेकर. पहली बात, अगर हम चाणक्य और APJ अब्दुल कलाम सर की तरफ से सोचे, उन्होंने एक जगह मेंशन भी करा था एक बुक में कि ये जो जॉब वाला शब्द है ये तो हमारे टर्म्स ही नहीं है.
तो एक साउंड निकाल रहा है सारे बात हुई ना, तो सबको थोड़ा सा एक बार इलाबोरेट कर देना है, जिससे हो सकता है कि दिमाग नहीं बैठ रहा हो, तो कि अपने 1 मिनट में समाप्ति कर देना है, स्किप कर देना है या कुछ भी नहीं.
सर आई बिलीव योर माइक इज ऑन. योर माइक इज ऑन.
तो वहां पे ये जॉब तो हमारे टर्म्स ही नहीं है. अगर हम पहले के समय में भी देखें तो ये ब्रिटिशर्स के टाइम्स के बाद ये जॉब्स वाला टर्म हमारे पास आया था हमारे कंट्री में. पहले भी हमारे पास, जैसे अगर विलेजेस में देखें तो हमारे पास गोल्ड स्मिथ होते थे, ब्लैक स्मिथ होते थे, आपके पास कारपेंटर्स होते थे, जो अपने एक यूनिक वेरियस वर्क्स को लेके वो फॉलो करते थे. तो ये जो जॉब्स वाली जो कंडीशन है ये तो हमारे पास ब्रिटिशर्स के बाद आई. अगर एक अभी लेटेस्ट देखें तो इकोनॉमिक्स टाइम्स के अंदर एक आर्टिकल आया था कि पोस्ट कोविड के टाइम पे हमारे पास 45 की हायरिंग हुई थी पोस्ट लॉकडाउन। लाइक अभी हमारे पास जो मेन हमारा जो है स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम, उसके अंदर इतनी ज्यादा हमें बेनिफिट्स हो रही हैं। और अभी इंडिया एक सबसे ज्यादा इन्वेस्टिंग कंट्री, जैसे आप अभी इन्वेस्ट इंडिया अभी हमारे पास नंबर 1 इन द वर्ल्ड चल रहा है विथ $87.3 बिलियन की इन्वेस्टमेंट हुई है। लाइक पीपल आर नाउ इंटरेस्टेड इन टू इन्वेस्ट इन इंडिया। तो अगर हम बात करें तो उसके बाद अगर स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम में, तो लेट मी गिव यू अ डेटा। एज इन्वेस्ट इंडिया में अभी इतनी ज्यादा इन्वेस्टिंग अभी आ रही है, तो यहाँ पे अगर हम इंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को समझें कि बेसिकली इंटरप्रेन्योरशिप होता क्या है, तो इसके अंदर बेसिकली हमें एक कोट में यहाँ कोट करना चाहूंगा कि वी डोंट हैव टू ग्रेट टू स्टार्ट बट वी हैव टू स्टार्ट टू बी ग्रेट। इट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट लाइफ स्किल ऑफ द 21st सेंचुरी। एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में बेसिकली जो प्रॉब्लम्स को यहाँ पे हम एनालाइज करते हैं और उनको एक सॉल्यूशन दें, या फिर जरूरी नहीं कि हम किसी नए प्रॉब्लम को एनालाइज करें, हो सकता है उसकी कुछ एग्जिस्टिंग सॉल्यूशन हो और हम नए सॉल्यूशन, उस सॉल्यूशन को एक बेटर सॉल्यूशन दें। वो भी हमारे पास एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में आती है। हमें नए नए आइडियाज क्रिएट करना, हम उतने ज्यादा आइडियाज फिर लाएंगे कहाँ से, ये भी एक क्वेश्चन होता है। तो एग्जिस्टिंग सॉल्यूशन को भी अगर आप एक इफेक्टिव और बेटर सॉल्यूशन देते हैं, दैट इज ऑल्सो कम्स इन टू द एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप। तो यहाँ पे कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स है जिन्होंने स्टार्ट करा था। यहाँ पे टाइम की कमी की वजह से मैं एक को डिस्कस करता हूँ। लाइक अगर आप इस वाले फिगर को देखें, दे आर सचिन एंड बिनी बंसल। उन्होंने अपने स्टार्टअप को स्टार्ट करा था बाय ए बुक साइट। उन्होंने अपने बुक साइट पे, उनके पास अगर आप बुक साइट पे जाकर रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे तो वहाँ पे एक बुक वो ऑर्डर हो जाएगी आपकी। और वो क्या करते थे, वो बुक हाउस जाते थे अपने साइकिल से, वो बुक को लाके आपको आपके होम पे डिलीवर करते थे, उसकी वो कुछ चार्जेस देते थे। तो दैट हाउ फ्लिपकार्ट स्टार्टेड एंड नाउ वी ऑल नो वेयर इज फ्लिपकार्ट। Same like with the Paytm, Vijay Shekhar Sharma sir. Same with Ritesh Agrawal, Oyo founder and the Ola founder. Like how ideas are born. Most entrepreneurs come up with the new business ideas by noticing gaps in the problems in how customers are being served. आपको आइडियाज को समझने के लिए आपको उसके पास, एक तो आप उस क्षेत्र में, आप उसके एरिया में आपको पैशनेट होना चाहिए। देन आप वो प्रॉब्लम सोसाइटी के अंदर आप नोटिस कर पाए, आपको वो प्रॉब्लम्स दिखनी चाहिए, आप वो ऑब्जर्वेंट बनिए जिसमें आपको अगर कोई भी प्रॉब्लम दिख रही है या फिर आपने उस प्रॉब्लम से फेस आउट करा है, देन हाउ कैन यू एड योर ओन सोशल वैल्यू टू द सोसाइटी, देन यू आर द थिंग। वहां से हमारे पास आइडियाज आती हैं, हमें ऑब्जर्वेंट बनना होगा। लाइक अगर मैं एक चीज कोट करूं, इफ यू स्पेंड टू मच टाइम ऑन द थिंकिंग अबाउट अ थिंग यू विल नेवर गेट इट डन। अगर आप किसी भी चीज पे बहुत ज्यादा सोचेंगे तो आप उस चीज को नहीं कर पाएंगे। आपको एक्शन लेने आना चाहिए। वी हैव टू मोर वर्क ऑन द एग्जीक्यूशन साइड ऑफ आवरसेल्फ। लाइक एंटरप्रेन्योर्स स्किल्स, यहाँ पे आपकी कोई बैकग्राउंड सिस्टम से या फिर टेक्नोलॉजी स्ट्रीम से, यहाँ पे आपसे कोई आपकी बैकग्राउंड देख के नहीं करता, आपको जस्ट आपकी एक आइडिया को प्रोवाइड कराना होता है। जैसे मैं आपको एग्जांपल दूं, अभी एक 17 ईयर ओल्ड के एक लड़के ने अपनी कंपनी बेची है क्रिएट करके $30 मिलियन के अंदर। तो दैट इज द समथिंग लाइक, यहाँ पे आपकी आइडियाज नहीं, और इस एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की तरफ से आप सोसाइटी में एक बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट ला सकते हैं विद द पॉजिटिव साइड ऑफ थिंग। तो I have to say a lot to discuss more with you all on the startups and entrepreneurship, but I'm too overwhelmed, but due to the time scarcity, and my other colleagues are also waiting in a queue, so I am stopping here. I'm concluding my work. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayank.
If you have any question, then we can answer. Yeah.
Yes. We are having 1 minute more time with Mayank. So if okay. So I'm having a question to Mayank.
Yes.
Mayank, you talked about MSME startup and I'm seeing the CFI logo on the right hand side of your screen. So what is it?
Yes. Yeah, this is coaching.
Please explain it within 50 seconds.
Yeah, sure. This is the Coaching Federation of India. This is a non-profitable organization type. It's a community of educators. लाइक द प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। हमारे पास अभी तक कोचिंग एडुकेटर्स के लिए कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं थी हमारे इंडिया में कि हम अपनी वॉइस को स्ट्रेंथन कर पाए गवर्नमेंट के पास। तो उसके लिए कोचिंग फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया हमारी एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसके अंदर मैं अभी बोर्ड मेंबर के रूप में काम कर रहा हूँ। यहाँ पे हमारे पास करेंटली वी हैव 3,50,000 टीचर्स फ्रॉम द अक्रॉस द नेशन। तो यहाँ पे ये प्राइवेट कोचिंग एडुकेटर्स की एक टीम है जहाँ पे यहाँ पे हम काम करते हैं। तो उन्हें सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड कराते हैं बाय गिविंग देम एप्लीकेशंस, EMIs, और गवर्नमेंट के पास उनकी आवाज रखने के लिए एक प्लेटफॉर्म है।
Okay, man, got it. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Mr. Now the next speaker is Mr. Professor Abhilash Jha. Abhilash Jha is there.
Hi Vipul. I believe we have, how much time we have, Vipul? For
you are having 7 minutes in hand. You are having 7 minutes in hand.
Thanks a lot, Vipul. Should we start? Should I start, or you need to introduce or something like that?
I think Vivekananda already introduced everyone in this session.
Fair enough. And Vipul, I'll just stick to the time. It is 1:1 right now. Okay, so I will be beginning with my presentation. I have a small presentation as well. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure, please.
Is it visible to all?
It is being shared.
It is visible to all. Vipul.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Please proceed.
Okay. Yes. Very good afternoon, everyone. I believe today we have a lot of interactions among the youth. Just before me, Mr. Mayank was talking about a startup. In the morning, we have Archana ma'am, and we have Tiwari sir. And I first of all, I would like to thank everyone, and especially special thank to Mr. Munna to provide me this opportunity to come in front of you to put my views about the Kalam sir's vision, about the Kalam sir's thought about the education, about the new generation of India, and how even India is approaching towards that. That's why I have made my topic something different from others. If you guys have seen, it is coherence of Kalam sir's pipe dream. New Education Policy 2020. I believe, yes, as Vivekananda already introduced, I'm a professor by profession. I'm a professor in a management college in Pune, and we have so many educationists as well in this forum. We have Archana ma'am. Ma'am, if there is anything, if I'm lagging in, please do stop me in between only. Okay. So with this, I will be moving forward. So how many of you know, I believe everybody know who is the Missile Man of India, because today we all are here to remind that to actually give tribute to the death anniversary of Kalam, right? How many of you of us know, what are the pipeline dreams of Kalam sir? Is anyone of you know? If anyone of you can tell me, we can make it more interactive. If we talk about this session, it's going to be more interactive. Anyone of you would like to be a volunteer to tell anything related to Kalam sir's pipeline dream, related to education or anything in that way? Any volunteer?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, hi, Mansi.
Yes, sir. So Kalam sir always wanted people to see a big dream.
Okay, yeah, you are absolutely right, Manasi. Okay, moving ahead, I would just want to quote one of the quotation by our Missile Man of India. Learning gives you creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. See, this is something which always inspired me throughout my life when it comes about the education field. Why I came. So a lot of people ask me why I came to education field. Even my students also ask me so many times. But if you talk about, and if you think, just notice about this, this word, learning gives you creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides you knowledge. I believe Mr. Nikhil was talking about this the skill sets. If you talk about skills are something which comes when we practice that. What if we don't know about that? How can we proceed with that then? So Abdul sir, Kalam sir have started from the very basics. I will be just framing some of the points related to Kalam sir's pipeline dream are as follows. The very first thing is when it comes about the capacity to build among students. Our students are hesitating. Just now when I've asked everybody, anybody would like to participate, only one girl came up and speak about that. We have to first of all come up with our barriers to become more and more proficient when it comes about education. It comes about our own knowledge skills. Second important point, planning for good education for children in village. Even if we talk about current situation of India, our education and literacy rate is not more than 75%. I believe, yeah. So if you talk about, could you please mute everybody?
Can you please mute? Somebody who is having their mic unmute, please. Can you please mute your mic?
Host can also mute everyone.
Somebody who is having their mic mute.
Mr. Anand Kumar.
Yes.
I request administrator to mute all the mics except the speaker.
Yes, that will be great. Okay, so moving ahead, if I talk about the third point is mission to education. See, if this vision was, already made by Kalam sir, why are we not achieving the 100% literacy in that case then? We always talk. Manasi, I believe you are the only volunteer over here. Manasi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Manasi. Manasi, could you please tell me, since when we discuss about India should be a developed country, not a developing country? I believe since your childhood, you are always discussing, and whenever you go to school, college, everywhere, I believe you might have always discussed the same point. India should be always a developed country. We always brag about that. We talk a lot about that. But then why our education and literacy rate is only 74%? The main difference is to reaching to those interior areas of India. That is why this role become more important when it comes about education. The next point is inequality of access to education resources. It is not open to all. Right now also, if you talk about bigger institutions of the world, even if you talk about MIT, Harvard, or even if you talk about the bigger institutions of India, it is only open, and when it comes about the major chunk of resources, it is always in a paid mode. So we have to think on that basis as well. Reducing the dropout. If you talk a smaller example of a smaller state, even if you talk about a smaller example of Bihar, how many of us have seen people, in our neighborhood have stopped going to school? We notice this point every year, but we don't do anything. We even go and stop. Sometimes we talk to them, we try to help them, but even though we want to help them, we also have some time limitations. But still, we have to.
Sorry to interrupt, Abhilash. The last 50 seconds you are having now.
But I believe there was some issue in between. Vipul, can I have one more minute in that case?
Please conclude it as soon as possible.
Sure.
We can move forward.
Okay, fair enough. And at the last point, what I have put from the Kalam Sir's pipeline dream, it is technological advanced education. We have seen for last 2 years when we have, the COVID situation, we all have come digitally. Even right now also, the program which was actually, planned 2 years back in a physical way for continuously 2 to 3 years, this time we are actually meeting digitally. So we have to think from that parameters as well. These are some of the points which new education policy have brought up. And when I have, I will not take much time to describe that. If anybody want to discuss about this, they can come and be in touch with me anytime. I will be providing all my links at last. This is the new education policy. Our current education policy is approximately 30 years old. So we can relate from there only, how lagging we are in that. These are some of the challenges which we are following. These are some of the changes actually. The higher education policies are actually seeing a lot of changes. These are the changes which you guys can go on. These are some of the changes in the education, school level education as well. So see, if you talk about last point is 20 years down the line, we can say proudly, exams to hamare time mein hua karte the. Because later on it is going to convert. If everything is going to convert, it's more practical in that. These are some targets what new education policy is already having. These are some challenges what we have when we talk about the new education policy or growing India. In that case, we have a couple of challenges also, which I have already mentioned in these 4 points. This is the analysis what I have. If we talk about the new education policy last year, even our chief guest, Mr. Punraj sir, was also talking about the GDP. We are going to invest more GDP now in the education sector. So we should more focus on those things. Okay, with that, Vipul, I believe I've completed in the time. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to ask me. Anyone have any questions?
Okay, I think we are having question answer session at last, so we should.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Abhilash. Now moving forward to Mr. Rajan. Mr. Rajan, are you ready? Mr. Rajan Kumar, Super 50 Polytechnic Institute. What a topic it is. Wow, great. So Mr. Rajan, I'm waiting for you. Mr. Rajan is there? Mr. Rajan. Please mute your mics. Please mute your mics, everybody. Mr. Rajan is available, administrators. Mr. Rajan Kumar, right? Rajan Kumar, are you available? Admins, please confirm. Admins, please confirm Mr. Rajan is available or not.
Yeah, Rajan is ready.
So till then, if any volunteer is having any questions with Abhilash, they can. Until then, if anybody is having any kind of query with Abhilash, Professor Abhilash Jha, sir, you can.
Sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, sir. I'm Fani Kumar. What is the major reason for lack of illiteracy in village, and what are you thinking to overcome it, sir?
Okay, Abhilash, sir.
Honey, yes. Yeah, Honey, thanks for the question. It's very wonderful question. I was thinking if anybody is coming with this point. See, when it comes about the literacy rate, it is measured. A major chunk of literacy is in rural areas.
Yes,
we have a lot of government schools as well. We have a lot of NGOs as well who have just started. But still, we have some of the areas. If we talk about places like North India, places like UP, places like Bihar, places like West Bengal, places like Northeast, because I am very I'm associated with those areas very on a very ground level. So I've seen the situation. Now what we have done, we have already started. We have already made IS with a lot of NGOs as well. Being an institute, as I belong to an institute, we have started more and more sessions on empowering the youth to try to gather them. The main thing is they're not actually getting the information. So we have smartphone in on the places. We have Facebook in on the phones, but we don't have LinkedIn on the phones. Why? These are also the problem because they're not aware with the technology. First of all, we have to train each and every citizen of India to make this change happen so that we can be approaching towards the development stage. I believe, Honey, I have answered the question. Yeah.
Okay, Rajan, are you ready now?
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Abhilash, sir. Thank you, Honey. Rajan, are you ready now? Mr. Rajan Kumar. Mr. Rajan Kumar, are you available now? Siken, can you please confirm me if Rajan is available or we should move forward? Siken?
Yeah, I'm just checking. Yeah, Rajan is ready now, but I think a screen issue is here. Yeah, he's ready.
Okay, so let's proceed with Rajan.
Yeah, I sent him the message. I think he's ready now.
We got his presentation. Okay.
I think we need to proceed at this moment because he's having technical issue.
Okay, so I'm opening the dice. I think he may be joining in second session. Okay,
yeah.
Let him take time. Let him solve the glitch. Okay, so I'm opening the session for next 2 minutes. For any volunteer to ask any kind of questions in previous speakers with Mr. Nikhil Kumar Rai, Mr. Mayank Mani Prasad, and Professor Abhilash Jha. So the dice is open for all. Any volunteer can ask any question to any speaker. Sorry. Okay, all right. Please proceed with your questions.
So I want to.
I'm opening the dice.
So I have a question related to Professor Abhilash, sir.
Yeah, hi, Simran. You can go ahead. Yeah, definitely. Go ahead. Ask the question.
Okay. So as you have introduced and informed about the new education policy of 2020, as it was mentioned somewhere that introducing mother language for each subject in academic institute will be a problem. What are your inputs on that?
See, it is actually 50-50. First of all, let me tell you, places like, if we talk about a place like Maharashtra, place like, place like West Bengal, place like Northeast, place like, South India, Southern India, for example, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka. These are those areas, अगर आप वहाँ पे छोटे से ground level पे अभी English education की बात करते हो, it is going to take a lot of time to start that level and to come to that level. उसके अलावा अगर आपने सिमरन एक चीज और नोटिस की हो तो in that policy we have one more important thing. It is going to be single board for each and every person. It is not going to be different board. We're not going to have a different state boards. We are not going to have CBSE, ICSE. It is all going to convert in a single board. So the quality of education is going to be same. Whether it is still in dilemma, it is going to be on a plain on a English or Hindi language, or it is going to be on a regional language. But because the quality is still under consideration. But yeah, what I feel like it should be on that language so that everybody, even if they're going for a mother language, for the mother tongue, for example, in that case, it will be easy for them to understand. Even it is going to be easy for their parents as well to get and to make them understand. For example, if you talk about current scenario, अगर हम इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल्स की बात करते हैं, प्लेस लाइक इफ वी टॉक अबाउट दोज एरियाज जहाँ पे मॉम एंड डैड दोनों ही इतने ज्यादा पढ़े लिखे नहीं, तो उनके लिए उसी इंग्लिश एजुकेशन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू में बच्चा किस एंड से उस चीज को पढ़ रहा है, किस तरह से समझ रहा है, इस चीज को एनालाइज करना इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर देम राइट नाउ. अगर वही रीजनल लैंग्वेज में होगा तो इट इज गोइंग टू वेरी इजी फॉर देम. और वहीं पे अगर मैं उसके अलग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू पे बात करता हूँ, दूसरे जो मैं 50-50 की बात कर रहा था, वहां पे ये होता है कि अगर हम छोटे से लेवल पे उन बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं एक कॉमन लैंग्वेज के थ्रू, सो एवरीबॉडी इज गोइंग टू हैव अ सेम लेवल. So I believe I have already answered, Simran. I believe you are okay with the answer.
Yes, I truly agree that it should not be considered as a negative factor. Yes. And thank you for your input, sir.
Yes. Anything else? Any other question from any one of you?
I have a question.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Abhilash. I'm Ranjit here.
Yeah, hi, sir. Hi, sir.
Yeah,
hi, Ranjit.
Good to know that someone is from management side. I'm Calcutta alumni. Related
thanks
to
the. It's very welcome, sir. First of all.
So I'm running a school. Actually, I left white collar job in the corporate, and in 2017 came back to Motihari and started that actually existing school. I've taken over that one. And I spent a good amount of time in Finland. That is the education policy. Education system is known to be very good there. And what I compare here is that the problem is with when we are talking about the NEP 2020 implementation. The problem is going to be that the teacher education. The training of the teacher is going to be a big problem, especially in the Bihar, where the youth or the anyone is very much oriented towards the government school job. Mm-hmm. And they are looking for the degree only rather than joining the college or anything. Because I run the B.Ed college as well. What I'm finding that they are not ready to come and join that classes. Even that in the pandemic, we are running the online classes, they are not ready to join. So that how government is going to cater that problem, because that is the big problem.
Sir, thanks for the very wonderful question, sir. I believe you might be aware with a platform called Atal.
Sorry,
it is actually, I didn't get you. There's a platform called Atal. I believe you might be aware with the platform called Atal. It is actually initiated by the Ministry of Higher Development. Apart from that, it is actually the initiative by AICTE as well. Where what they do, they are actually conducting the FDP program throughout the years. For example, I am Calcutta. If you talk about myself, I myself is going to start with one of my FDP after 2 days. So it is all about different subjects you are going to get learned. And it is especially for those who are actually already in teaching. For those people who want to be the part of it, who is already in the field of teaching, they can be the part of it. They can learn a lot of new technologies, how it is getting differentiated. But apart from that, there's one more point which is coming up once we have this new education policy. After that, we have one more thing. And even if you talk about, I will take you again back 20 years when I was talking about the Kalam sir's pipeline dream. If I talk, one of the important points given by the Kalam sir, he has also insisted we have to invest first of all towards creating good faculties in India. And for that, very first thing, what matters, we give importance to police services. We give importance to IAS services. Why can't we start being, with the help of UPSC, we can start in Indian teaching services as well. So it is already into the discussion about these teaching services as well. But yeah, which I have already told you, sir, even government have already started these platforms. And if I'm not wrong, as per the latest report, India is already investing a bigger chunk of their revenue every year for the education. But till last year, it was 4.3%. Now India is planning to invest 6% of GDP. So I feel that situation is going to be very good.
Thank you. Thank you.